So now I have only three files here, four files here. One is the Python file. I'm going to come back to that. Pygame functions. The second one is my space.png, and I have two other files, which is my main ship and the enemy ship. But our focus now are only two files. This is the first file, Pygame function, and the other one is the space png. Now remember how we went and opened the idle? If you haven't quite observed, I'm gonna go close that now. Just go here, say idle, it opens a Python idle. So once you open a Python idle, this is where it comes. Just if you wanted to go and check, actually if you got Pygame installed, just say import Pygame. It should not yell back at you, and it should respond back like that. So which means the Pygame is installed. And as I told you, I already showed you the entire demonstration of how to go and install the Pygame. So with no further delay, let's get started with our new game project. Python game. Right, so let's say file, new file. So I'm going to create this file here in this folder. So to be able to do that file, and then I'll say save as, and sitting on my desktop, and it's called as all of my game development files are sitting in the game development project. So I'll just go open that. There's only one pygame functions.py. That's the library I'm going to be using, and here I'm going to create my game. My first Python game. Let's say that's going to be the name of my file. All right. So I'll save that, and if you see, it's sitting there. Okay, cool. Our first statement that we're going to be writing here is from pygame underscore functions. Don't write .py, just write from pygame functions import, and then here asterisk. What does that mean? So from that particular library called as Pygame functions, which is sitting here, look at that, in this folder, it is going to import all the modules, all the functions, all the variables that are native to that program can be used in your program. I'm not going to open it now so that you don't get confused what is there inside, but I will start unpacking it step by step when it is required. Okay, for now we're going to only look at one particular function called as setting the background. So we're going to look at the set background, and we're going to set this space.png. But before that, we will have to go and open the space.png, open with, and I'm going to use paint.net, and let's simply get into this thing here. Just go to the image, and then you say here resize. You don't have to resize it, but we're just looking at the width is 780 and the height is 420 of this image here. Okay, 780 and 420. So that's the size of the image. I'm just going to go close that now. So let's go back here, and then we're going to go here, press enter, and then I'll say here SCREEN screen and SIZE screen size. Set the screen size to 780 pixels of width and 420 pixels of height, and I press enter. This is where I'd like to draw your attention. Python doesn't know what your screen size means. It's got no understanding of what your screen size is, but that screen size is determined using the Pygame module through this particular library called as Pygame functions. Then it understands. Then when I set screen size, it directly goes to Pygame functions and checks, hey, is there a function related to that? Oh yes, and then it finds out, okay, the user is asking us to set the window size to game window size to 780 width and 420 height, and then there it is. Now we're gonna go do the second thing. We'll say here set, and then I'll say BACK KGROUND background. Make sure that you don't do any typo here. So once you do the typo, it's not going to work. So background IMAGE, completely case sensitive, which means if you see the screen size, screen is all lowercase, but S becomes uppercase, and then set B is uppercase here, background, and image I is uppercase, and then you open it, and then you copy the name of that file there and then paste it here. To avoid the typo, what I do, I click once, wait, and then copy the whole file name, Control and C, and go back to my Python codes, and then open the codes, and then Control V, and then close it. That's it. So I think this part of the codes are quite straightforward. From Pygame functions, import star, screen size is 780, and then the height is 420, setting the background image. I'm so excited to go and run this, and hope you guys are as well. I'm gonna go hit run. Let's see if it's gonna yell back at us. So that's my first epic program, and it compiled with no errors, and it came up with my game window. Can you believe that? So it's of 780 width of pixels and 420 height, and that's the image loaded in my game window. In the next video, what we're gonna see is we're gonna look at how we're gonna go and add the sprites, one each sprite. I'm gonna have 5 enemy sprites on the top, and then I'm gonna have only one hero sprite at the bottom.